The answer of the Most High unto him, I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so, then at this present time also there is a remnant, 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, according to the election of grace. Okay? So that 1/3 is still always going to be there. Those are those that, like I say, he came into his own received him not, but as many as received him gave he power, spiritual power, to become the sons of the Most High, even to them that believed on by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. John 1:10, John 1:11 and 12. As it is written. Look at 1 John 2 and 23. 1 John 2:23. Whosoever denieth the Son, the same hath not the Father. But he that acknowledges the Son hath the Father also. Let that therefore abide in you which ye have heard from the beginning. If that which ye have heard from the beginning shall remain in you, ye also shall continue in the Son, and in the Father. And this is the promise that he hath promised us, even eternal life. And go to Romans 9. The promise wasn't to everybody. The promise is to Israel. To Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob. Romans 9. Verse 4. Who are Israelites? Not every nation, but who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, meaning the Most High being adopted back to us through Mashiach Yahushua, precious blood being shed for the children of Israel, and the glory of the kingdom that's coming to Israel, we got next. And the covenants was given to who? Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, to the 12 tribes of Israel, and the giving of the law was given to Israel, Psalms 147, 19 and 20, and the service of the Most High, and the promises. See? So when you look at verse 25 of 1 John, the 2nd chapter, and this is the promise that he hath promised us, even eternal life. And the us is the 12 tribes of Israel, whose promise eternal life. Let's go to Luke, the 21st chapter. Luke 21, we'll start at verse 12. And he's given analysis of what's going to happen in the last days. But before all these, you know, earthquakes, let's read verse 11. And great earthquakes, it said, nation shall rise against nation, verse 10, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and we see that right now. Earthquakes happening all over America, all over the world, in different places where they never had earthquakes. Diverse places, and famines, food shortages, and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. At these blood moons and so forth. All the things that's happening. But before, I want you to concentrate on this. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. and it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts, settle this in your minds, he told us, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. I will give you a mouth of wisdom, which all, that's a proper application of knowledge, which all your adversaries, all your enemies shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. So that's why when you look at different people that come into your life that are lying on you, betray you and so forth, he already said it's going to happen. And you shall be hated of all men, all is a certain number, for my name's sake. So you will be hated for his name's sake. But there shall not an hair of your head perish. In your patience possess ye your souls. To have patience. So he told us this. And we can go to the Most High with these words of what he is saying. You have said these words. Fulfill them in me. Baba Bashar, please. In the name of the Lord Savior. John 16:33. John 16:33. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation. You catch a lot of hell in this world. But be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. He said, we're going to catch tribulation, but he has overcome the world. But he said in him we're going to have peace. That's why he told us in St. John 14:27. He said, peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth. So a lot of people, y'all looking for the peace of the world. This is a peace that he can give you. That if you tap into the peace that he says he can give you, it's like nothing in the world. It's so consoling. At any time you can go there and it's just calm. Everything is outside. And that's what everybody needs that's really coming to the knowledge of this truth, that really want to have this peace. Because we all need this, and we're going to need it in these trying times. He said, peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. So don't be in trouble, and don't let it be afraid. 2 Timothy 1:7. That's why you got to trust in the Most High. For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear. So that spirit of fear don't come from the Most High, but of power, that's spiritual power, and of love, keeping his commandments, and of a sound mind. That's what he's given us. He don't give us a spirit of fear, but spiritual power, by Hashem Mashiach, and a sound mind, so we can think properly. Acts 14:19. Acts 14:19. Acts 14, what did I say? And 19. And there came thither certain Jews from Antioch and Iconium, who persuaded the people, and having stoned Paul, this kind of persecution he went through. They stoned Paul, drew him out of the city, stoned him and threw him out the city, supposing he had been dead. Knocked him out. Knocked him out. Howbeit, as the disciples stood round about him, he rose up and came into the city. And the next day he departed with Barnabas to Derbe. And when they had preached the gospel, he ain't stopped. When he had preached the gospel to that city and had taught many, they returned again to Lystra and to Iconium and Antioch. What did they do? Back to 19. And there came thither certain Jews from Antioch and Iconium. That's where they came from. Verse 21. And when they had preached the gospel to that city and had taught many, they returned again to Lystra and to Iconium and Antioch, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. This ain't no light thing. This ain't something that you say, oh, well, I'm just going to skate through this like you've been taught in your Christian doctrine. They say through much tribulation, we're going to enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So we got to go through some things. Tribulation. Then we're going to enter into the kingdom of the Most High. But you see, they didn't give up. They wasn't weak, they was bold. They went right back to where it was that he stoned them. You know, they stoned him, they knocked him out, they thought he was dead. He was knocked out. And I don't think they had what you call that, life support? They had no life support like they have now, right? So they probably knocked out, they probably thought he was dead. Just picked him up and just threw him out the city. But the same places where these men came from Lystra and Iconium and Antioch, those same cities, those men came and stoned Paul. He went right back, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. This is no easy task. 2 Corinthians 11 and 6. 2 Corinthians 11 and 6. So I know, I got to go here because a lot of y'all got the wrong idea in coming into this truth and thinking that y'all already got it in your mind. He started already programming you that we as lions, we got to be so gentle. But let's see how Paul was. Now Paul was one that was a bold cat. 2 Corinthians 11 and 6. He said, but though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge, but we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things. See? So he been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things. He said, have I committed an offense in abasing, bringing myself down, bringing myself, that ye might be exalted because I have preached to you the gospel of the Most High freely? He said, I robbed other churches, taking wages of them. That's the money that they made. They bring all their money into the church. He said, I went in there and robbed the church to do you service. Now what? And he wrote most of the New Testament. That's how he felt about them. Jump up to verse 24. Look, this is what he went through. Of the Jews, 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one. That's 39. Of the Jews, 5 times, let's do some math. Of the Jews, 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one. That's 40 times 5 is 200 minus 1, right? 5 times receive, I have 40 stripes, save 1. That's 200 less 1. That's 199 stripes. 199. Because 5 times 40 is 200. Less 1 is 199. Twice was I beaten with rods. 3 times was I beaten with rods. Once was I stoned. We just read about him getting stoned. Twice, 3 times I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep. He said a night and a day. He said 3 times he suffered shipwreck. A night and a day he was in the water, in the deep. In journeyings often. In perils means dangers of waters. In perils, dangers of robbers. Cats trying to rob. In perils, dangers by my own countrymen, by his own brothers. In perils, dangers by the heathen, these other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel. In perils, in dangers in the city. In perils, dangers in the wilderness. In perils, dangers in the sea. In perils, dangers among false brethren. In weariness and painfulness. In watchings often. All the time gotta watch what's going on around. In hunger and thirst. In fastings often. In cold and nakedness. That's what he suffered. Many perils. Romans 8 and 33. He went through all of that. Romans 8 and 33. Who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? It is the Most High that justifies. Who gonna charge us on something as the Most High's elect, the Most High will? Who is he that condemneth? Is it Mashiach that died? Yeah, Robert, that is risen again. Who is even at the right hand of the Most High, who also make an intercession for us. Mashiach shall make an intercession for us. As far as you ask anything in my name, I will do it. He's going to the Father on our behalf as an intercession for us, the children of Israel. Who shall separate us from the love of the Mashiach Yahushua? Shall tribulation, you catching hell, or distress, or persecution, or famine, you have nothing to eat, or nakedness, you have the right proper clothes, or peril, danger, or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. We more than conquerors through him that loved us. And he said he loved who? Jacob. Right? He loved Jacob. We more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come in the future, nor height, no matter how high it is, nor depth, how deep it is, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of the Most High, which is in Bahasham Mashiach Yahushua, our power. Nothing's supposed to separate us from this love that we have. But it's true. Mashiach Yahushua say the truth, keeping his laws, statutes, commandments, you know. Nothing's supposed to separate us from that. We still got to maintain, because we don't know the purpose of the Most High. You know, that's why we got to do what we got to do, because we can get caught up in our own vain opinion and evil suspicion, overthrow your judgment. You think you're doing, you come up with an answer of what it is that's happening. You try